Family life. My name is David. I'm a Mexican-American from a tiny town called Edcouch, all the way down in South Texas. In my family, we had my brother, sister, mom, dad, and my two grandfathers, Papa Lalo and Grandfather David. Both my grandfathers had a big influence on me. Papa Lalo always had these wise sayings called dichos. He'd hand me a shovel and a pencil and ask me, which one do you want to use? ¿Cuál quieres usar? I picked the pencil. You see, Papa Lalo wanted us to work with our brains, not just our muscles. My other grandfather had the same name as me. He went as Grandfather David. He'd spent a lot of time reading stories and poetry with me and realized I was having trouble reading. It always seemed things were going too fast, and I couldn't keep up with all the words. And sometimes the words would switch around on me, making it all confusing. So, if I was reading the sentence, Sparky lives in the firehouse, the words would switch around on me, and I'd read it backwards as Sparky lives in the house fire. But my grandfather encouraged me to keep reading. Eventually, I learned to love stories in any genre, especially adventure and science fiction stories. These kinds of stories helped me explore new worlds where my imagination could run wild. I also love stories so wacky they couldn't possibly be real. One of my favorite stories was about a corn farm. All the corn was stored in this shed with a big metal roof. And one day it got real hot, and all the corn started to pop. Right from under the tin roof, all the popcorn came shooting out. There was so much popcorn the whole town could snack on it. I remember reading that humorous story, and I could see the popcorn. I could smell it and taste it. I love popcorn. Thanks to both my grandfathers, I love stories. And now, as a grown-up, I like writing them too. They're the memoir of my life and all the things that happened when I was a kid. One story I wrote is about my crazy dog called Loco. I loved him so much. He died a long time ago, but now he's on the cover of my book, so it's almost like he's alive again. So, what's the story you're inspired to tell? Which memories do you want to keep alive? Is it the time your grandma dyed her hair purple by mistake? When your sister broke her glasses? Or when your cat did the moonwalk? There is a story in each day, so that means you already have thousands of stories to share. So, what's your story?